Hello everyone. This is the first class of Japanese class, and today we're going to focus on the introduction of this class and about Japanese culture and language. So, this is today's content of the class. First, I am going to introduce myself, and moving on, I am going to talk about basic information about Japan, such as location and seasons, and then alphabets and letters. And lastly, I will talk about fun and unique facts about Japanese culture. Okay, so about me. My name is Aina Ogawa. I am 19 years old, currently study abroading in San Diego State University in San Diego, California. I was born and raised in Japan. Um, because both of my parents are Japanese and I have my home family back there. Talking about my educational background, throughout from elementary school to middle school, I attended to Japanese spoken school. And then during my high school year, I studied abroad in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, um, to get my high school diploma. I was supposed to stay there for 3 years, but because COVID hit, I stayed there for only 2.5 years. After after my high school, I applied for university in America and I got accepted, so I am currently studying in the United States. My major is business administration and I am thinking about switching into finance so I could work on something related to financial stuff in my future. Okay, so let's talk about Japan. First of all, where is Japan? Japan is an island country in East Asia and it is located in the Pacific Ocean. The flight time from Tokyo to Cebu is 5.5 hours. However, this is the estimated time of the direct flight. So if you would have make a transit in Manila, I think that would take about 7 hours or more. So this is the picture of Japan. Um, the map is colored in red. So yeah, and this is Philippines. Okay, so after talking about geographic information of Japan, let's look into more details about the Japanese map. Japan has 8 regions and 47 prefectures. Prefecture is kind of similar to states or provinces, in other words. So they have separate colors of regions. So these are 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 regions with 47 prefectures, if you could have told based on the number. Yeah. And there are 3 major cities in in Japan. Excuse me. So the first one is Tokyo, which is number 13. Tokyo is located inside of Tokyo Prefecture, which is in the Kanto region. The second major city is Osaka. Osaka is located in 27 Osaka Prefecture, which is part of the Kansai region. So for a third major city is called Nagoya. I think all of you are familiar with the names. Nagoya is located in Aichi, which is number 23, part of the Chubu region. Okay, after talking about the maps, let's talk about the seasons in Japan. So, in Japan, we start off from spring and then summer, autumn, winter. And if you visited Japan, like it is very obvious um, to see the four different seasons, which is very pretty. Um, okay, so let's try to pronounce spring in Japanese. Spring we call haru, haru, haru. Summer we call natsu, natsu, natsu. Autumn slash falls we call aki, aki, aki. Winter we say hu, yu, hu, yu, hu. Now that we know how to pronounce these in Japanese, let's use these four different pictures, which was taken in Japan, to see if we all remember how to pronounce the four different seasons. Okay, first one, we could tell that this is spring based on the cherry blossoms, and spring was called haru, haru. Moving on to next one, we could see the greens here, the bamboos. I think this was taken in Kyoto, um, which is the part of Kansai region. And I think we could tell that this is the picture from summer. So summer we call natsu, natsu. Okay, the third picture. This one has orange leaves, so you could tell that this picture was taken during fall slash autumn. Autumn, we call this aki, aki. Last but not least, this picture, obviously there's snows. It looks very cold, so we could tell this is taken in winter. Winter was called fuyu, fuyu. Haru, natsu, aki, fuyu. These are the four seasons that you could see in Japan. Okay, moving on from the seasons, let's talk about letters that we use in Japan. So, we have three major writing systems, which are called Hiragana, Katakana, Kanji. Hiragana and Katakana are basically called the kana system. Kana is the pronunciations of the words. So if you wanted to spell it, we use kana system. So hiragana and katakana. All three characters can be used in one sentence at the same time. So you could use hiragana, katakana, kanji in one sentence. But if you compare that into English, you only use one alphabet system. But in Japan, you use three. You could use up to three. Okay, let's talk about hiragana and katakana first. So, hiragana is used for writing native Japanese words, and there are 46 characters of hiragana. So, this one, the first one, it says Nippon, Nippon. It means Japan in Japanese. And the next one, I think it's very familiar for you all. It says konnichiwa, which means hello in Japanese. And then the last one, it says aina, which is my name, because I am Japanese and Aina is the native Japanese word. So if I would have write my name in kana system, I would write in hiragana. So to repeat the examples, this one is Nippon, Japan, konnichiwa, hello, Aina, Aina, which is my name. Okay, moving on to katakana. Katakana is used for writing foreign words and foreign names, and it is also used to spell the sounds that people, things, or animal makes. Similar as hiragana, there are 46 symbols in katakana. So, these are the examples. The first one, it says Philippine, Philippine, which means Philippine. And the next one, it says pizza, pizza. It means pizza. The last one, um, it says batang, batang. It means bang noise. So as I mentioned in the previous sentence, if you would have used a foreign word or foreign names and the sound that people or things or animal makes, you use katakana. So if Filipinos wanted to write their name, you have to use katakana in order to write in Japanese. Okay, the last one is kanji. Kanji was made in ancient China. Each of them has its own meanings. So let's look into the examples. So this first example, all of these symbols, three of the symbols are pronounced hashi. But the first one means chopstick. The second one means the bridge. And then third one means by the end or at the edge. So even though if you pronounce the same, each of the meanings has different, each of the symbols, characters has its own meaning. The next examples are the ways to indicate the meaning of the kanjis. The first example is yama, which means mountain. So as you can tell from these pictures, um, this was the ways how they formed the kanji from the pictures. So this mountain pictures formed into two different steps in order to become the symbol that exists today. Same as the fire, which is called hi. They have like the picture of the camping, the woods, and then the fire flaming on it. And as it crossed and then got a little slimmer, it became to the symbol that exists today, hi. The last example is tree, which is called ki. This is like the tree that you would see during Christmas, and then it reformed into the symbol that exists today, this one. So yeah, these are like the fun facts that you could also learn it from Chinese, learning how to write Chinese. So kanji is very interesting to learn, but at the same time, it's very difficult. Okay, after learning about the seasons, the geographic information, and the letters in Japan, let's talk about unique facts about Japanese culture, because I think Japan has one of the um, fun facts, fun cultures that exist around the world. We have very unique style. So yeah, let's talk about manners first. So manners in eating. Um, I brought three examples, so I'm gonna talk from this one. Okay, before you eat, you say itadakimasu, and after you eat, you say gochusou-sama. Itadakimasu, gochusou-sama. This is to show a respect to the god and then the chef who made the meal for you. Um, so when you're little, your parent you had to say um, instead of saying thank you and then thank you before eating and after, we just say itadakimasu and gochusou-sama to show the respect to the chef. Okay, next one. You have to eat food by holding a rice bowl or serving dishes. So as you can see from the pictures, whenever you eat, you can't just like leave your dish on your table. You have to carry it up and bring it close to your mouth. Okay, the last one is um it is considered disrespectful if you leave any food or drinks on your dish. So whenever you eat at the restaurant, um it is polite if you could have like finished all the meals that you ordered. And also in Japan, we don't usually have the to go box, so you can't just like take the foods that you left on your dishes. Okay, let's talk about the second fact about train. So at the train station, the trains would actually come on time. So it is very rare if the trains were late for more than 5 minutes. And sometimes it comes even earlier, and they would still apologize for being early, which is pretty funny. Um, this next picture is the train employee is it shows that the employee of the train station is pushing it in the passengers into the trains because there's always people taking trains for commuting to schools or to their work. So it gets very crowded in early morning and during the rush time. And this picture shows that people would sleep on trains in Japan because it is very safe. It is very rare that you get stolen or you get um, into major troubles. So people are just like relaxing and they would sleep on their way to their job and train or on their way back home. So the next one is convenience stores. In Japanese, we say konbini. It is shortened. The konbini is shortened words of convenience store. Um, Japan has one of the cleanest and most um, they have like a lot of variety of food around compared to other countries around the world. Um, so the first fact is the food and drink optional are very healthy, and they have a lot. As you can tell from these pictures, there are like so many rice bowls, like bento box. You even could have sushi. Um, so you could choose any food depending on your mood. And most of the convenience stores are 24/7 open even during on the holidays. So it's very convenient, as just like that's the name. And the third fact is many of these places have good hot snacks bar. So you could have a steam bun, you can even have like fried chicken, and yeah, you could most of the food are like warm and um tasty, so it's nice to get it as a snack. Okay, let's review about the facts that we learned today. So the first one was Japan has 8 regions and 47 prefectures. And Japan has 4 seasons: haru, natsu, aki, fuyu. Um, it means spring, summer, fall, and winter. And we have 3 writing system: Hiragana, Katakana, Kanji. The one that we use for Japanese original word, foreign word, and the symbols that came from China. And today's keyword is itadakimasu, the word you would say before eating food, and gochusou-sama, the word that you would say after eating. So, itadakimasu, gochusou-sama. And this is the the class is all for today. Thank you so much for your participation. And if you have any question, please feel free to reach out through my email. Bye.